The channel Incredible Biology. Presents. How to ride Western. In general, there are two ways to ride a horse, English style and Western style. Western style involves steering with your saddle position, hips, and light reining on a horse's neck reining. Whereas English style involves more close contact between the reins and a horse's mouth. Western style riding involves a heavier saddle and requires just one hand on the reins, while English style has a lighter saddle and uses both hands on the reins. Western style riding is useful because it can be more comfortable for a horse that has to work actively for long periods of time. However, you should not ride Western on a horse that has been trained in the English style of riding.
Part 1. Preparing a Western style seat. 1. Purchase a Western saddle. A Western saddle is larger and heavier than most English riding saddles. English saddles provide a closer contact with a horse's back, while a Western saddle can distribute the weight of a rider more evenly on the horse's back. Most Western saddles also have a horn in front to help with herding cattle. In general, Western saddles are deeper and more contoured than English saddles as well. If you want to ride Western, be sure that you are using a Western saddle and not an English saddle. You may want to use a Western saddle for trail rides that last longer than 4 hours, since you may be more comfortable. 2. Saddle your horse. Place the Western saddle on your horse to prepare your ride. Be sure that you place a saddle pad on your horse's back and secure all loose straps before attaching the saddle itself. Make sure the distance between your horse's elbow and the front cinch is about the width of 3 fingers to ensure a proper placement. Then you can connect the cinches and breast collar, if used, to secure your saddle. 3. Use a Western bridle. There are many different kinds of bridles, used for different kinds of horse activities. However, in general, a Western bridle is less complicated than an English bridle and has fewer components. Western bridles often do not have a noseband and instead have a component that fits around the horse's ears or underneath the chin. Western reins can be split or connected with a handkerchief, but all Western reins can be held with a single hand. English bridles tend to use a snaffle bit, whereas Western bridles can involve either a snaffle bit or a curb bit. 4. Sit deeply in the saddle. When you mount the horse, sit deeply on the saddle. You should sit immediately in front of the cantle, the back of the saddle that curves upward, but not be pressed tightly against it. Sit up straight and let your legs hang freely down the sides of the horse. A properly fitting Western saddle should have the bottom of the stirrups hitting your ankle bone. It might feel more secure to sit on the cantle. However, this is uncomfortable for your horse and you should move up a couple of inches.
5. Sit up straight with relaxed arms. In order to be sure that your horse is comfortable and able to interpret your signals, be sure that you have good Western riding posture. Sit up straight with your legs securely in the stirrups. Cowboy boots can help you remain in the stirrups properly. Keep your legs hanging straight down from your hips, do not push them forward too far. Hold your reins with the non-dominant hand and keep your other arm loose at your side. Both arms should be at lap height or so. Do not raise your arms too high.